Hello and welcome once more to the channel. I had been planning this video for a while, I just didn't do anything with the idea until a couple of months later, but as we all know, Roblox is constantly evolving their games to the point that some look like AAA titles. But that's not what this video is about though. Today, I'll be looking at some Roblox games that I enjoyed at one point, but lost interest in them after growing up as a person, changing my interests, better games taking over, or simply forgot they existed. So without anything else to add on to this intro, here are 6 games that I enjoyed visiting / playing years ago, and try to figure out why they died in the first place, and at the same time share memories of these games with an additional spice of explaining what I think were the main things to do in these games. Robloxian Waterpark was created by Eddie in the 23rd of February 2016 and was pretty popular back in 2017. This was probably the game I played the least out of the 6 games that I chose for this list, hence why it's at the bottom. But yeah, I still have good memories of it. For some reason, I don't remember you spawning right here, inside the reception area of the water park. I remember that you spawned a little bit back. But whatever, as soon as you walk into the main area of the water park, there's a giant pool and a bunch of slides that are defying physics as we know it today. And to the right, there's a clothing booth, but if I remember correctly, it was only available if you purchased the Game Pass? I could have sworn there were options for players that didn't have the Game Pass, but moving on. To the left of the map, there's a cafe called, I hope I am saying this right, Tafra Beach Cafe. And as you can see, they had a whole fucking menu for this cafe, but I never knew it existed because I only hanged out in the main pool area and used the same 2 slides over and over and over again. Anyways, if you continue forward, you will see some teleporters, which obviously teleport you to the other slides scattered across the map, and also in floating islands, which I did not know existed until recording this video. There were a wide variety of slides available in the game. Some were more intense than others. Also, and from what you guys could tell, the game doesn't have a clear objective compared to the other games in this video. You just hop in a slide and turn on that weird camera POV thing that makes me want to vomit every time I activate it, and slide away into the giant pool in the center of the water park. So, after explaining how the game works, how did I think this game die? I honestly don't have a solid answer for this one. Considering this was in 2016, later in that same year, Mid City by Alex Neutron would come out, and I assume it's still the spotlight for many of these hangout games, similar to Robloxian Waterpark in a way. At the time of recording, Robloxian Waterpark had 38 concurrent players, and the game has not been updated since March 9th, 2024. So, update-wise, it's probably not dead, but player-wise, it's definitely dead. I've talked about this game a few times on this channel already. It was created by Shyfoot on the 24th of January 2017. I was heavily into role-playing at the time, and it was essentially one of the first games I played on this platform. And it's kinda sad seeing that a game that I cherished so much over 7 years ago has been left in a state of decay and abandonment. My depression aside though, as the name of the game suggests, there are multiple entries / sequels to this. There's Wolf's Life 1, Wolf's Life 2, Wolf's Life 3, which I considered adding to this video, but I didn't add it in the long run. Wolf's Life Beta and Wolf's Life Dawn. Out of all these games, better said, Wolf's Life 2 is probably the most dead and also iconic for me personally. But now let's talk about actual game. Let's talk about game this time. As you load into the main menu screen, you click play and the game brings you to a character selection. You choose the base of your wolf character first. The game then teleports you to the main map, and that's where you choose the colors for your wolf. This game had, or still has, a Game Pass that allowed people to use more vibrant colors for their wolves. Other game passes included VIW, which was essentially a boombox, like a radio, like the golden boomboxes used to buy in Roblox. Get those. And Divine was basically the same thing. The only difference is that I believe it allowed you to fly and have like glowing particles or and actual glowing parts in your character, which was great, I guess. And I guess you also had a cool name tag when using Divine, so yeah. That aside, after you finish your wolf, you could now start playing the actual game. The game was fairly straightforward in what you need to do. You customize your wolf, and then you just started role-playing. The map of the game had various areas such as the forest area, which was the spot players spawned in after choosing the base for their wolves. There were more areas, but not limited to a snowy area, a hotel of some sorts that was never finished even when the game was still actively updated, a beach area, an oasis/deserted area, an adoption center, a flower shop, a pond with a sakura tree on it for some fucking reason, an area which the game refers to as wilds, an area where the edgy people hanged out, a water park I guess, and a hill in the center of the map that players would mainly use to howl. I mean, the area is called Howling Hill, so I guess the name speaks for itself. Aside from the areas in the map and the roleplay aspect, there was more stuff you could do in this game. You could walk into dens scattered across the map to own them, and you could either lock the doors of the den or you could sell it, unquote, if you didn't want to use it anymore. You also had animations you could toggle with your keyboard, plus extra animations that you could access in the bottom right of your screen. This game also had a gem system, which was basically a free-to-play currency of sorts, kind of. You could still buy gems with robots, but the main way of obtaining these gems was either in daily logins to the game, I believe, or you could find them scattered across the map, and you use these gems to buy what the game refers to as gem wolves. They were unique wolves, which were vastly different compared to the normal bases the game offered for free. And I forgot to mention, this game also for some reason had a clan system, I guess. And yeah, all of these features, all of this sounds very awesome, very great, but how is the game doing now? Well, it's not really in great shape. Basically, the music is broken, some of the sound effects don't work, you could fall out of the map easily even when the game still had an active player base. The clan system is basically useless now due to no active players. What else can I say here? The flowers sometimes don't work. The flowers that give you particles sometimes don't work. The items disappear as soon as you drop them. Years ago they used to remain on the map even if you dropped them. That aside though, the main thing of the game is also useless now because there's no players to roleplay with, so yeah. How did I think this game died? Well, that was actually really simple. I believe a few months later, after I started Roblox and after I started playing this game, they dropped the third installment, that being Wolf's Life 3, which most players migrated to after its release. To this day, Wolf's Life 3 still has a semi-active player base, but the same cannot be said for Wolf's Life 2. Now for this one, things get a little more complicated because the actual game I'm referring to has been deleted. So the footage you are seeing right now is a fan remake of the 2017 version of this game, which is the one I remember playing. The original game was created by ZMadSeuss sometime in 2015, and the fan remake in question was created by Circleblots Roblox in the 23rd of December 2021. This remake is basically the same from what I remember, except there's probably a few minor things missing in the lobby, but that aside, the game's main objective is to survive rounds while being trapped in an elevator. Some floors could allow you to walk in the actual floor, in the actual level. The game had multiple floors, which include mostly horror movie antagonists and creepypastas such as Slenderman, Michael Myers, Jason, A.O. Oni, Tales Doll, Sonic at Sea, and more. The game seems to be a variant or a blatant copy of Mr. Not So Hero's Scary Elevator from 2009, but with less floors and an overall more creepy vibe to it. In terms of originality, I really can't expect much from the original creator of Horror Elevator, because his other game is literally called Foxy in Area 51, which I plan to cover later on because why not. And my reasoning for this one being considered a dead game is because it's literally a dead game. The game has been wiped out of existence, but at least there's fan base of a once decent game, even if it copied an already existing game from years ago. Nightmare Fighters Classic, or simply just Nightmare Fighters, was created by Seth Licious sometime in 2016, as I can't really confirm when it was exactly created because the creation date of Nightmare Fighters Classic is 2021, when there are videos of this game for more than 6 years ago. 7, to be precise. So what I'm assuming happened here was that the OG game got either taken down or deleted by the creator, and then he simply re-uploaded it again. Cause the assets, the music, although what still remains of it, is the exact same. So what is this one about? Well, as its name suggests, you fight other players as nightmares, or in this case, horror movie killers, creepypastas, urban legends, and more. Each of these characters had unique movesets such as teleportation, ramming people, running really fast, clawing people to death, machete to the face, and so on. The game also had broken Game Pass characters, which I won't really cover in detail since I don't have the Game Pass, but I'll mention them a little bit later. The game's map is what I believe to be a very rough recreation of Friday the 13th's cabins, with the lake in the middle and all that shit, since I can't really pinpoint what else it could be based on. But that aside, let's move to talking about the nightmares. This game features 28 playable characters, 24 of them being free and the other 4 being accessible only via Game Pass. We'll start off with the free characters. The free characters consist of Siren Head from Trevor Henderson, Baldi's Basics from Baldi's Basics in Education and Learning, the Headless Horseman from Team Fortress 2, Michael Myers or The Shape from Halloween, the Weeping Angel from Doctor Who, the Stalker from The Stalker Reborn, Ghostface from Scream, the Rake from The Rake, Leatherface from the Texas Chainsaw Massacre, the Green Reaper, Mario EXE from I Hate You.exe, Hero Brian from a Minecraft creepypasta, Tailstar from the Tailstar Curse, Sonic.exe from Sonic.exe, Slenderman from Slenderman, Just the Killer from Just the Killer, Freddy Krueger from A Nightmare on Elm Street, Ao Oni from Blue Demon, Jason Voorhees from Friday the 13th, a random ghost I guess, Ben Drowned from Ben Drowned, Pennywise from the 1998 miniseries, Kara from Undertale, and this guy I don't know anything about. Now, let's talk about movesets, and in no particular order, we're gonna start with Ghostface. Now, Ghostface's moveset was extremely basic as his only attack option was the knife he carries around. I didn't use him much back then, but from what I remember, people didn't like playing as him because I barely saw Ghostface players get a kill. So now moving on to the Stalker. The Stalker's moveset consisted of a teleport and a basic attack. In the recording, I get absolutely destroyed by a random guy using Bali, but yeah, we don't talk about that shit. Ao Oni comes next, and I literally have no fucking idea what his moveset is. I assume the sound he plays did damage? I don't really know, because even if it worked, there were no people in the server I was in to check if its attack worked or not. I'm just gonna label it as broken for now. Ben Drowned is next, and his moveset is his Sword of Time and a blowhorn that, if I remember correctly, could knock down players and also deal some damage. The Weeping Angel had a teleport, a basic attack, and an ability which was called Petrify. I have no idea what Petrify does, but by using common sense, I assumed it turns players into stone for a while, essentially stunning players for a little bit. And for some reason, the Weeping Angel is a lot slower than all of the other playable characters. I just had to mention that. The Rake had a teleport and a claw attack. Michael Myers only has his trusty knife as a moveset. Leatherface has his chainsaw, which is the only attack he has. Headless Horseman had his Head Taker, which was his basic attack, and then he has another move called Boo, which I believe also knocks down players, similar to Ben Drowned's Blowhorn. The Green Reaper has its Scythe as its only attack. Baldi slaps his Ruler, which gives him a short dash that can knock players down. Siren Head has a basic attack that didn't seem to work as there was no sound, and he has a Siren move which didn't seem to work either for some reason. Mario.exe has a Tanuki tail, kinda like Super Mario Bros. 3, and he has a hammer which didn't work. Herobrine has a diamond sword that has a mind of its own, as it's only worked when they fucking want it to, and I guess he has a TNT block that also doesn't work. Tails though has what I believe to be a teleport. Sonic EXE was considerably faster than all the other characters, and his moveset was, I have no idea. I assume his first move was a blue sword because I remember using this character when this game was popular back in 2017-ish. And his other move, I have no idea what it is. Both of them seem to be broken. Slenderman had a basic attack that doesn't work and a teleport that also doesn't work. Jeff the Killer has his knife, Freddy Krueger has his claws, Pennywise had a knife and a clown head, neither attack works. Jason had his machete and was the character I used the most in this game actually. Kara had the real knife, the bull guy had a hammer and an attack which made him ram people. Yeah, oh my god, I'm running out of breath. Those were the 24 free characters. The other 4 paid characters were Foxy from Five Nights at Freddy's, what I assumed to be Jane from Jeff the Killer, William Afton or Purple Guy from Five Nights at Freddy's, and Ghost Rider from Ghost Rider. My theory as to why this game died is that as Roblox evolved, better fighting games appeared, plus also this game was basically left to rot and wasn't optimized, and it hasn't been updated for quite a while. So, long story short, I think the game died because better games came along and basically killed it. Created by Ardite in July 2nd, 2020, Be a Toy is a sandbox game that had a variety of tools that you can use to mess around with the many objects in the game. As the name implies, you're about the size of an official Roblox toy, and I love that you spawn in the little boxes that were used or still are used in the Roblox mystery figure things. So I thought that was a pretty nice detail actually. Another fact is that this game participated in the 2021 Metaverse Champions event, and I guess they forgot to update the game afterwards because the pieces that you had to combine that were basically the main quest of the event are still in the game for some reason. I don't know why the fuck, but they're still in the game. I don't have much else to say about this game, so I'll just quickly state that the reason I think this game died is because of the lack of updates, and since the game never changed style and nothing new was added afterwards, players just stopped playing the game altogether. Created in the 19th of February 2021, basically FNF was, I believe, the game that basically gave birth or kick-started the Friday Night Funkin' trend on Roblox. Everybody was playing this shit when it came out. Me included, as I have videos of this game on my channel, and these videos are like 3 years old each. The main objective of the game was like Friday Night Funkin'. To survive, a rap battle, or in this case, score the most points, because this game had no life bar system in the bottom of the screen, like how Friday Night Funkin' does it. But before you did all that, you essentially spawn on a base plate, and there are various stages that you could walk up to. You had to choose which side of the stage you wanted to play in, and then choose a song. Keep in mind that you needed you needed 2 players, one on each side, for the song to actually start, because if you try to play a song by yourself, the round will never start. When I played this, I remember being so fascinated because this game not only included most of the songs in the base game up until week 6, I believe, but it also included songs from some of the mods. I think those songs that were included from the mods were some of the B-side song remixes by Rosebud and Witty's songs. I don't think they included Ballistic, but I think 2 of Witty's songs were in the game. The reason this game died is because after a while, Funky Friday released and it took over, which I still play to this day, by the way. Another reason why I guess the game died is because they focused on another game which was called basically FNF Remake. So yeah, it died because they focused on another project basically. And that other project is doing much better than the original basically FNF in the first place. Thank you guys so much for staying to the end. I really enjoyed researching these games as I not only relived the old memories, but also discovered things about the games I didn't know back then. So with that, this video is now over.